In this video, we are going to integrate the absolute value functions. And the classical property absolute value always positive. So when the function is negative, we should make it. We should put minus sign to make it positive. Here the function is negative. If the function is negative, you should multiply by minus sign to make it positive, because absolute value is always positive. So for the integral minus 3 to 2x, it says we are going to first try to understand where the function, what is written inside the absolute value, positive. So when x is greater or equal to 0 and when x is less than 0, the function, because fx here it's equal to, here fx is equal to x, it's going to be, and x is greater than 0, the function is x is greater than 0, function is going to be equal to x. When x is less than 0, x is going to be equal to minus x. That's why the critical point, it's going to be 0 for us, and we are going to find the solution of the question with respect to this value. So from minus 3 to 2, minus 3 and 2, if you draw in the real number line, the place of the 0 is between minus 3 and 2, it's going to be, and that's why we are going to separate the integral into two parts, minus 3 to 0 and plus 0 to 2. When 0 and between 0 and 2, function is going to be positive, that's why it's going to be equal to x. Between minus 3 and 0, it's going to be negative, so function must be minus x dx. It's going to be, then it's going to be equal to, here minus integral x dx from minus 3 to 0, and here plus 0 to 2 x dx is going to be. Okay, let's find the minus 3 to 0 x function. Here the power is 1, that's why it's going to be equal to x squared over 2 minus x squared over 2 minus 3 to 0 it's going to be, and here it's going to be equal to plus 0 to 2. Actually, we should write the same function, x squared over 2 from 0 to 2, it should be, this is minus x squared over 2, this is plus x squared over 2, it's going to be. Then this is equal to, first we are going to replace by the 0, then minus 3, minus 0 square over 2 minus, again minus, minus 3 square over 2, it's going to be, and that's equal to plus the second part here, x squared over 2 from 2 to 0, it's going to be 2 square over 2 minus 0 square over 2, it's going to be 0 square over 2, it must be. Then this expression must be equal to 0 here. This minus and this minus is going to be plus, and 3 squared is equal to 9 over 2. Here it's going to be equal to 4 over 2 plus 4 over 2, and this part is again 0 over 2, it's going to be, and the answer is 9 over 2 plus 4 over 2, which is equal to 13 over 2, it must be. Okay, we will understand with the next question better this one, because x minus 2 is not only x, so we have x minus 2 here when it is greater or equal to 0, when x minus 2 is less than 0. X is greater or equal to 2, it must be, this is our critical point. So 0 to 2, 2 to 4. And when x is greater than, x minus 2 is greater or equal to 0, we have the function is x minus 2. When x minus 2 is less than 0, the function is minus x minus 2, it's going to be. And x minus 2 here, it's going to be equal to, I forgot to tell here, when x is less than 2, it's going to be minus x minus 2, which is equal to minus x plus 2, it's going to be. Then we have again two interval. in the first interval 0 to 2, which is less than x is less than 2 part. At x is less than 2 part, the function is minus x plus 2 dx. And when x is between 2 and 3, plus 2 and 3, the function is x minus 2. It's going to be minus x minus 2 dx, it must be. Then if you replace, firstly we should find the integrals of them. The integral of minus x is equal to minus x squared over 2. And the integral of 2x is equal to 2x from 0 to 2. And the second one is, it's going to be equal to 2 plus 2x squared over 2 minus 2x from 0 to, pardon, 3 to 2 to 3. It's going to be, okay, here we may separate like this. Then first we are going to start with 2, so the answer is, here it's going to be minus 2 squared over 2 plus 2x, it's going to be, and it's equal to minus, actually 2x, 2 times 2, it must be, I'm rewriting this part again, minus 2 squared over 2 plus 2 times 2 minus 0 squared over 2 plus 2 times 0. This is the first integral result. Then plus, it's going to be equal to 3 squared over 2 minus 2 times 3. Then plus, actually minus, it's going to be minus 2 squared over 2 minus 2 times 2, it must be. Okay, then the answer is going to be equal to, here, when we do these operations, this is minus 2 squared, that's why it's equal to minus 2 plus 4. Minus 2 squared is equal to 4, minus 2 over 4, minus 4 over 2 is equal to minus 2, 2 times 2 is equal to 4. Then this part completely it's equal to 0, and 0 here, as you see, minus 0. 3 squared over 2 is equal to plus 9 over 2, minus 6, 2 times 3 is equal to minus 6. Here it's going to be 2 squared over 2, which is equal to plus minus, actually 4 over 2, which is equal to 2. Here 2. Then here we have plus 4, and the answer it's going to be equal to, here minus 2 and minus 2, that makes 1 4, and 4n minus 6 is equal to 4n minus 6, it's going to be equal to minus 2, so 9 over 2 minus 2 is going to be the answer. And the last part, it's going to be equal to, here it's 2 times 2 is 4, 5 over 2 is the answer going to be. In this question we have x squared minus 1, so we are going to try to understand when x squared minus 1 is greater or equal to 0, or where x squared minus 1 is less than 0. We are going to make tables for this one, if you remember from the quadratic inequality. So first I'm going to find x squared minus 1 root, which is equal to x minus 1 times x plus 1, you know that one. So the x1 is equal to 1 and x2 is equal to minus 1, it's going to be. So these are the critical points first it's going to be, and we are going to decide with respect to this one. This is minus infinity side and this is plus infinity side. Here minus 1 and 1 it should be, the sign is plus, plus, minus and plus. So between minus infinity and minus 1 side, fx this is, and absolute value of fx should be equal to, we need to multiply by plus sign, then plus, minus, and plus it's going to be. So in this part it's equal to x squared minus 1. In this part it's equal to minus x squared minus 1, which is equal to x minus x squared plus 1, minus x squared plus 1 it's going to be, and the last part it's going to be equal to x squared minus 1 again, because they are positive. Here negative parts we are multiplying by minus sign. I explained at the beginning of the topic. Okay, then if it is in that form, between minus infinity and minus 1, if it is negative, positive, here the minus 3 and 3 here, minus 3 is here, minus 3 is here, and 3 is here. So I'm going to take the intervals like this. This is going to be equal to integral minus 3 to minus 1, because this is the boundary, then plus integral minus 1 to 1, this is another minus 1 to 1, and 1 to 3 it's going to be, the last one is plus integral 1 to 3. Here these two minus 1 and minus in this interval and in this interval functions are positive, so it's going to be equal to x squared minus 1 dx. Here it's also x squared minus 1, but with minus sign, that's why minus x squared plus 1 dx it's going to be. And here it's x squared minus 1 dx it's going to be. The answers here, this is x3 over 3 minus x from minus 3 to minus 1 plus here minus x squared minus x squared of x cube over 3, sorry, I'm sorry, x3 over 3 and plus x between minus 3 to minus 1 to minus 1 to 1, and the last one is again like the first one, x cube over 3 minus x cube over 3 minus x from 1 to 3 it's going to be. Okay, then we are going to replace the values. Firstly minus 1 comes, so minus 1 cube over 3 minus 1 minus 1, actually it's going to be minus 1, and minus 3 cube over 3 minus 3 it should be. This is the answer, and plus 1 cube over 3, this was cube like the others, minus 1 cube over 3 plus 1 minus 1 cube over 3 plus minus 1 is the answer of this part. Okay, the last one is plus 3 cube over 3 minus 3 plus minus 1 cube over 3 minus 1 it should be. Okay, if we find the terms, what are they here? This is going to be minus 1 over 3 plus 1. This is minus 27, and minus 27 over 3 it's going to be, actually 27 over 3 is equal to 9, so this is minus 27 first here, then minus and minus plus 27, it should be minus 27 over 3, which is equal to 9 going to be. Then here minus and minus, one more minus, that's going to be minus 3 again, and this is the answer of the first part. Then minus 1 over 3 plus 1, minus and minus, we have 5 times here, 3 times here, plus 1 more minus, it's going to be minus again, minus 1 over 3, and this minus, when you apply to plus, minus and minus, it's going to be plus 1, it's going to be here, and the last one is 3 cube over 3, which is equal to 9, minus 3 minus 1 over 3 plus 1 is going to be. Here the answer is minus 1 over 3 plus, this is 7, 10 minus 3 is equal to 7. Yes, this is minus 2 over 3 plus 2. This part is 9 minus 3 plus 1, again 7. 7 minus 1 over 3, it's going to be. Then if you add them, 7 plus 2 plus 7, which is equal to 16. 16 minus 1 minus 2 minus 1, again 16 minus 4 over 3. 4 times 16 is equal to 48 minus 4, it's going to be equal to 44 over 3.